Alright, let me make sure that this is working, and then once I've confirmed that, we can watch me play Ms. Pac-Man poorly. That's what everyone's waiting for. Yep. Alright, let me pop in a quarter here and start sucking. I can already tell you I'm going to get about 15,000 points in my high scores. It's about as well as I ever do at this game. You get an extra life at 10k, and then the maze after that is just so hard, and they're all up my ass. And no matter how many lives I have, when I get to that point, it's always like over super quickly. But yeah, this is for the average player, a much better game than Pac-Man because it has a variety of mazes that changes every like 2 levels. I think there's only like 3 or 4 variations or something, but it's still better than having the same maze constantly. Um, the original Pac-Man is such a simple game that if you're actually like good at it and take the time, you can like rip ass through it by following the same pattern through the entire game. But that's not really possible with this game because of the changes to the way the enemy AI work, the way the maps are laid out, and the way there's a variety of maps. You're still going to have to do a variety of something, no matter what. This is just a much better game. So, which a lot of people don't think is true. They think that they just slapped a bow on Pac-Man and called it a day, and it's total bullshit. That's actually something I kind of resent in the Wayne's World movie. I can't remember if it's Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2, but they have the slimy game executive who talks about how he's made this game about a gelatinous blob, and like no matter what you do, you end up having to crank in more quarters because it's not really possible or whatever. It's just some bullshit. And then he's like Wayne and Garth are like outraged, like how could you do that? You know what I mean? And he's like, what? We just put a bow on Pac-Man, and people bought that as a new game, so whatever, you know. But like that's such a you're not really a gamer if you think that's the case. You're certainly not a classic retro gamer who knows about Pac-Man. Did I get? Almost got the dog that caught the car, right? Be in bad shape if I had actually kept following that ghost. Oh God. Game. They just were running me down so fast. I knew what I was doing and I was going the right way. I just couldn't get away from that asshole. See, now the game gets super fucking hard. Once you get that extra life, you're in shit town because the whole game's gonna be so fucking hard from that point. And for me, I can't get anything done, basically. That extra life to me is like a warning. Hey, warning, your quarter's almost gone because you're about to get to the part of the game that just shits all over you every time you get there. Not what I did, not what I hit. But I get so many flubbed inputs on this game too that it's more frustrating than a fucking fighting game. Like I didn't mean to go left there, I meant to go up or whatever, but it's always been like that for me. I don't quite know the trick to it, but I'm gonna go ahead and save the state here. trying to hide more of the emulator guts than I used to. My next stream after this will be, and this will probably be later today or this evening or something, Sega Rally Championship Edition, or Sega Rally, what is it? Sega Rally Championship 95. It's the original Sega Rally, as ported to the PlayStation 2. Man, you guys think the Saturn port's rad. I mean, I know that this came out like way, way later, and I also know that I died before I even got 1,000 points, making this a shit run. This is a fake run now. But, the PS2 version is arcade perfect, 60 frames per second. Absolutely beautiful. It supports progressive scan, which is funny because it's bundled with Sega Rally 2006, which does not support progressive scan, and which has absolutely awful widescreen implementation. But man, I almost died twice on the first level. Like I am not good at this game, man. I'm not a Pac-Man player at all. I like it. It's a cool. Like I understand why people love this game. It's a really well designed game. Like everything about it, especially the way it's refined in Ms. Pac-Man, is just genius. But I am terrible at it. I'm completely terrible at it. Like unapologetically, I went into this. I put it in the description that I'm bad at the game. Let it be known. I don't know why I'm so bad at it either. I know how to control it, but I control it wrong all the time. I kind of know the strategy, but I always find myself forced out of it somehow. This game just frustrates the shit out of me. So here's my history with Pac-Man. When I was a kid, there was Pac-Man. I guess there was Ms. Pac-Man too. Like because going back to when this game came out would be like amongst my earliest memories. I don't remember seeing this Pac-Man right away. I heard about it a little bit, and I saw it at some point. I'm like, yeah, it's Pac-Man with a bow, whatever. Because I was a little kid, and I didn't know differences in map layouts and things like that. I didn't think about that shit. I'm going to stop and talk for a second, because I'm very bad at this game, and I'm very, very bad at it when I'm talking, apparently. Like, almost, like, crazy bad, right? So, anyway, never was good at it, but I always thought it was fun. I'd play it when I was a kid. I would die within seconds when I'd play this game as a kid. Like, I would just get fucking wiped. So, at first it was all Pac-Man stuff, and people had portable, there's ColecoVision desktop portable Pac-Mans, and, like, the Pac-Man board game, and there's a Pac-Man cartoon and shit. But people talked about Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was on the cartoon, and those machines I started seeing more and more often. And they became like a staple of arcades. Like I would go to an arcade, they're gonna have, well, basically every arcade had what I called the girl corner because it was like where girlfriends are more likely to play the games. It would be like Ms. Pac-Man and Tetris or something, maybe like something newer too, like Super Puzzle Fighter they'd put over there by it. And I would play Ms. Pac-Man every once in a while because I've always loved it, even though I'm terrible at it. But yeah, it got to where Ms. Pac-Man just replaced Pac-Man. Like I probably haven't seen a Pac-Man machine since 1983. And I probably haven't seen a Ms. Pac-Man machine since, I don't know, like maybe a year ago, maybe less. Oh no, I went to an arcade earlier this year. They probably had one. It's just almost a given. Even nowadays, if you go to like whatever arcade, you're going to find they're going to have a Ms. Pac-Man. I worked at a job that had one. It was one of those combo Ms. Pac-Man Galaga machines, which also got to be extremely common in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Started seeing those everywhere. Now there's, of course, like arcade one-ups of it and shit like that. So Ms. Pac-Man, extremely common. That might change because of the situation with At Games owning the rights and Namco only wanting to use Pac-Wife now, which is a new character. I believe she has a pink bow instead of a red one. Completely different. Completely different. I don't know how Namco managed to fuck up their IP and let it land in the hands of At Games anyway. That's horrible. Whatever happened there is just horrible for basically everyone. except for at games, who stand only to make money or say fuck you off of it. Makes me think that no one should have ever done business with them, probably. And Sega did a bunch, which just makes me sad, because, yeah, they put out a trash product as well. A truly trash product. Man, it's worth looking up on YouTube what it sounds like to hear like a Sonic the Hedgehog game being played on an at games machine. The sound is so fucking bad. You can't even recognize the music as being music. That's how bad it is. It makes Sonic the Hedgehog sound like Crazy Bus. It makes the Model 3 Genesis sound like an audio masterpiece of hardware, of synth hardware, and not the cheapest thing that Yamaha ever farted out, or that somebody who imitated Yamaha ever farted out. Somehow managed to fuck everything up. Awesome. There we go. Good, I'm gonna need that to beat the level. I'm almost sure of it. That's a little better, at least. One second here. Yeah, at least my highest score wasn't on my first run. That's not like very first run. When I was practicing, it was. I got like 14,800 or something on my first run and couldn't beat it. Also, to fans of the Nintendo version of Miss Pac-Man, why? Fucking why? God. I'm sorry, I hate to be like that. I mean, I know lots and lots and lots of people love the Nintendo Miss Pac-Man, but it scrolls. It scrolls vertically. Anything that's pan and scan can kiss my ass. I mean, this, there's some things I'll soften my stance on, like R-Type on the TurboGrafx is pretty cool. I generally play the arcade game now. I don't fuck with it, but I would put up with the pan and scan, the vertical pan and scan on it, but not in a fucking Miss Pac-Man. Jesus Christ, I need to see the whole screen. Same thing with the NES version of Load Runner. That game can kiss my ass, and if you like it, I don't understand how you can put up with that shit. Like at all. Like that game, it's even more important to be able to see the whole screen, so I truly do not see how you can put up with that shit. These are pretty spread out, not in a good way. I thought that was a cutscene. Why isn't that a cutscene? Ah! That is just control fuckery right there. Like, I literally, none of my controls, none of my moves worked. I didn't turn. Out of like 3 attempted turns, those were like 3 failed attempted turns all at once that made me do almost exactly the opposite of what I want. I have no fucking idea why I have so much trouble with this game's controls when they seem so simple. Just hold the direction you want to go before you get there, right? That's all you gotta do. It's a 4-directional game, 4 inputs. Pretty simple game. I cannot do it. And I don't know why. The game gets so stupid hard on this level, and I just almost never get it right. I'm trapped again, aren't I? Fuck. Ah, apparently. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a fucking stupid place to get fucked. Oh, man. This game. I'm so bad at it. Back in just a second. I might do the Nintendo version of Xevious pretty soon, too. I do like that game quite a bit. Whoa, that was shitty. Alright, so some stuff my wife sent me. She's shopping for some uranium glass. There's some pretty cool shit out there. I'd go a little out of town, but I got a hot tip from a coworker, and she's investigating it. It looks like she turned up a lot. Hope their prices aren't crazy. But yeah. She's got a glass collection going, but only has one piece of uranium glass so far. Oh yeah, every once in a while this seems to fuck up and the first screen is the wrong color. It'll fix itself when I make it to the second level or die. I don't understand if that's a Final Burn emulation problem, a ROM, like a problem with the ROM I have. Does the ROM I have a decrypted bootleg of some sort? I don't fucking know, you know? Could be anything. I hope it's not a bootleg ROM. I was hoping to submit this to Twin Galaxies. I'm just kidding. I'm doing fucking awful. My dream is to someday hit 20k or something. The pink-red pincer is so common for me. It's so frustrating. Mm. Mm. Sure, buddy. Fucking sure. Seems right. Trying to figure out these ghost movement patterns, and I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I did own this game on 2600. I bought it after renewed interest in video games after playing with friends NES and like inheriting a bunch of other people's Atari stuff because they were getting rid of it to get a Nintendo, and I didn't get mine until the next Christmas or whatever. So I picked this up at Toys R Us for like, I don't know, like $15 or whatever. It was basically still considered a newer 2600 game. I guess it probably came out in what, like 83? I probably bought it in 86. But it was like a silver box game, and those were like the better ones that I had mostly not played. I wasn't even aware that there was a 2600 port of Jungle Hunt, which I used to play on my friend's 5200. But there was, and I picked that up as well, and that was really well done. And Joust was well done. It just didn't look good, you know, but it played well, and I liked it. I picked up this, and I loved. This was so good, and like, I don't think I was aware of how shitty like the original Pac-Man was in 2600. I remember it was ugly, kind of, and people kind of laughed at that, but like not like that it was like horrible because we still were getting to play Pac-Man, you know what I mean, at home. So that was cool. But like this Pac-Man was like a good port to the 2600. It's got basically all the regular game rules in. It actually looks pretty damn good for a game on that system. Not like incredible, like oh my god, you got to see this. It doesn't look like some of the best Activision games like Hero and Keystone Capers, but like it's a good looking port and good looking game, and so much better. It shows how much better Pac-Man could have been done. You know, I mean, hell, Pac-Man has to do less than Ms. Pac-Man. I do think that it was the 2600 game was probably used like a memory mapper. It's probably like a big like 8K cartridge or something. I think that's probably true for Jungle Hunt as well, and all that Activision shit that I named as well. But yeah, I mean, it was worth it. Like, it was worth the extra effort that they put into it to make it a better game. I'll stream it at some point. I could probably spend just about as much time playing it as this version. This one just looks better and is a little smoother and is a little harder, I think. I do think that the Atari one's easier, yeah. I just got run down. On the first level. Control issue. I did hit down. It just didn't register somehow, so I'm not gonna make it anywhere this time. Shit. Oh, pink is so fast. I always forget about that somehow. Ah! bootleg colors. Is that good luck or bad? I'm gonna look that up after this. See what's causing it. It might be something that happens on real hardware. I have no idea. The entire game itself is a hack, like I mentioned. I mean, that kind of shit still happens. Mods and games turn into their own real games and such. This is a very early example of the same kind of thing that leads, from Arma 2 being turned into H1Z1 being turned into Daisy being turned into whatever the fuck that has modded out of it. Yeah, Pac-Man hacked into Ms. Pac-Man. Hacked into a bunch of other stuff too, actually. Same case there. I don't think any of it's really legit though. I mean, Donkey Kong also sort of has its own official bootleg in Crazy Kong or whatever. So it's a similar situation, except for that one doesn't really alter the gameplay, I don't think. Maybe it does. Hell, I don't know. It alters the colors. Oh, nice simulation on the audio there. God, what the fuck happened? That didn't go well at all. Get those points though, yo. Take what I can get when I can get it. God damn it. Absolutely is holding the other direction. That's fine now. Take control of this game. Damn it. That was a little better at least. Alright, I'm going to look this up. Okay, so here's how you reproduce the glitch. You put in a quarter before the very beginning of the attract mode, and the red ghost appears under the marquee. The first maze will be blue instead of pink. So you just, it's done by putting in the quarter really quick and it makes it blue. I don't know if it happens if you do it during the demo, game over demo or not. But it is native to the original game's codes. This happens in the arcade too. I just don't remember or know about it. Well, shit. It's just a normal thing to miss Pac-Man. And not a problem with my emulator at all. Watch. See? I put in my quarter and started before the red ghost appeared, and it's blue. It's reproducible. Just part of the game. And it affects absolutely jack shit as far as I can tell. It's not a gameplay glitch that causes any problems. There are, though, some gameplay glitches that cause problems, too. Probably more noticeable for high-level players, but there's, I think, some clipping glitches where you can maybe go through things that you shouldn't, which is maybe good. And maybe ghosts can go through things that they shouldn't, which is maybe bad. There's hold positions where you can, I guess, stay, maybe they mean safe spots when they say that. I don't really know what they mean, but which again probably has use for a high-level player. It also seems to me that the game has some iffy collision on some close stuff, which is a big part of the game, which is frustrating. And that can be both for and against the player. So I've seen it go both ways, where I'm like, I didn't die, are you sure about that? And then I've had other ones where I'm like, how the fuck did I die? It might just be very oddly lined up to the animation of the game, like the tiles of where collision occur or something, so it might just be a perceptual thing and not really like a gameplay thing. So in a lot of ways, the blue maze in this game is like the red fireball in Street Fighter 2. They're both palette-related glitches that occur in the native code that don't affect the gameplay at all. They're just color-related, and they both occur in games that have much more serious, much more game-breaking, for good and bad, glitches in them. Guile has a move that can literally disable player 2's controls until you reset the machine or something. Like something real fucked up like that. Guile has a move, I think, that can reset the machine as well. Or something he can do resets the machine. Good stuff. Fuck. That turned into a decent run, but not good enough. Not good enough. shit. That's such a bad move. Ah, I shouldn't have hesitated. It probably could have gotten him. That was dumb as hell. Shit. Several, like, unnecessary extra movements that somehow occurred that I'm somehow responsible for before I died. I don't know. I didn't see that. I don't know how that happened. Here we go. Oh shit, come on, come on, come on, come get some. This has gotten way out of hand, y'all. They were gonna run me down no matter what. They just weren't gonna let that shit go. I really tried. Fuck. Oh yeah, that was some tight butthole playing right there. I'm actually surprised I pulled that off. New high score. This Pac-Man kill screen coming up. Here we go. I broke 20K. I finally did it. Reached that landmark. God, that's hard. Let me save. Nice, nice. At least I feel a little better about having a 20,000 point score. It looks like somebody dropped in. Also, thanks for watching. I have found that the weekends tend to be when people will drop in and view. I don't get a lot of viewers. I always appreciate it when I do. Um, I don't stream. I mean, I think it's awesome when people do watch it. I'd stream either way, even if no one did ever watch it, because a lot of this is like archival high score and study my own gameplay stuff, where I'll go back and play these games again, and try to get better scores, or just have them. Or if I'm thinking about playing something and I can go back and be like, did I actually enjoy that game? You know what I mean? Like, kind of archive the experience, sort of thing. And it's just easy to do, so I just stream every time I play a game, because whatever. It's good to get to an old classic like this, a game that I truly love, even though I suck at it. I like most all of the popular Golden Age arcade games. The one I'm real iffy on is Dig Dug. I just kind of feel like I don't get it or something. Although I played it a lot, especially on the 2600, which again was a silver box game and again was a good port. Just not real into Dig Dug, I guess. I think that Mr. Do is a much better game, actually. And that I was in a sandwich shop that by my house when I was a kid. There's this like Greek sandwich shop where I lived, and there's a lot of those in Tulsa. But it had two arcade machines. It had Zaxxon, which like I always thought looked so fucking cool, but I barely understood it. And then they had Mr. Do, and some year or two later, I got a ColecoVision at a garage sale, and that came with those two games and a few others, Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong and some other stuff. I played the shit out of Mr. Do and Donkey Kong Jr. on there. And Zaxxon was a good port. I'm not sure if I'm a Zaxxon fan. Don't think I'll ever stream it. But yeah, Mr. Do, check that shit out. It didn't really get a good port until, I mean, it was good. It was good enough on the ColecoVision for sure. Very cool game for its time. Didn't get any other 8-bit ports or anything. Didn't pop up again until a late port for the Super Nintendo, which is almost arcade perfect, but has a bunch of slowdown that the 1983 arcade game didn't have. Super Nintendo. Maybe they should have put a Super Effects chip in there to boost it along, or whatever they use for those. that much shit real fast, didn't it? Yeah, I don't know how to explain the occasional sound glitch I get here. I bet that's just some weird emulation problem. But, good to know that the color glitch is a real thing I can do on a real machine the next time I see one, or a modern emulated version of it. I can be like, hey, I want the first background to be pink or blue. People will be like, well, you can't choose. I'll be like, I can choose. Let me show you. Impressive Miss Pac-Man related party trick. What the fuck? What the fuck? Just a moment. Alright, here we go. More Ms. Pac-Man. I don't know how much more of this will play. Probably not too much. I actually might switch over to Sega Rally just like right away. We'll see. I'd like to take a few good stabs at beating 20k now. Even if it's only by just a little bit, that'd be cool. Just to know that I'm a 20k guy now, I'm not a 15k player anymore. I want it to be real. Now, this game requires a lot of practice. I have a lot of respect for people who actually are very good at it, since it's a very good, very classic, challenging, game. It requires some real strategy and reflexes both. God damn. Oh, suck it, game. That's amazing. Excuse me. Dag nabbit. Shit. Oh, man. I think I need a blue screen this time. I'm going to wait for it to wrap back around. I need a blue maze for good luck. I can't believe I didn't know about this shit in all my years of playing this. Or even notice it until recently. It's weird. Or just putting it... never mind. I was wrong about that. You have to put the quarter in before he appears, but not during the demo. I wanted to see if during the demo it would count, or if it would reset to the screen where I could press start before he comes out, but that's not the way it works. So no good luck this time. You know how that's gonna go. Oopsie. Almost got myself killed off that little oopsie. But only almost. This would be a nice game to have like some sort of bezel set up for, but then I'd have to do a bunch of weird configuration shit to make it fit the 4:3 space on the right instead of 16:9, which is the actual display that it's going to and what it would want to do. So, you know, too lazy to set all that up. I was trying really hard. I don't know what to do there. That fucking sucks, man. That sucks in every possible way. What a piece of shit. Gangbang that they could have dropped. The second they had to punish me the second I earned that extra life, didn't they? Literally none of my directions registered correctly there. I feel like I was doing the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Hello. I am waiting for this thing to reset so I can try to get a blue screen. The sacred blue maze. Solid start. See, the blue maze is good luck. Sacred blue maze. Kind of sounds like suck like blue maze. Fuck. Got greedy. Did stupid stuff that I shouldn't have. Let the punishment for getting an extra man begin. Mm. Not a bad run, but not good enough. Not good enough. Keep cashing in on those blue mazes. I didn't manage to keep it a blue maze, and that's fucking sad. Going shitty this time. You know, I think I'm only going to give this one more go. And then I'm going to wrap it up, but I'll be back probably just right away. I don't have anything else going on. It's just a lazy Saturday afternoon. I was going to go visit my mom, but she's sick. I'm worried that I'm getting sick. I don't know if it's my allergies or not, but my nose keeps running. So it's a pain. Anyway, I'm just going to be hanging around, so I'll be back with Sega Rally. The original Sega Rally, the arcade game, as ported to the PlayStation 2 and included as a bonus disc with Sega Rally 2006. It's a very good port and a very great game. So yeah, that'll be awesome. So yeah, let me go ahead and bang one more out here. Some classic Ms. Pac-Man. Another first maze death. Never a good sign. Never a good start. Sucks when the last attempt was like the worst. It's alright though. Probably a sign that I should move on. That's just fucking relentless, man. Relentless. That went badly, but here we go. No, that's Miss Pac-Man. I'm bad at it. Great game. Classic game. I'll be back soon with Sega Rally 2. No, Sega Rally 1, excuse me. Sega Rally, the original game, the arcade game. But not the arcade ROM, and not the Sega Saturn version. The rare PlayStation 2 game. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be right back.